From the second she marched up to the HOA podium wielding a digital sound meter like a sword and clicking through a wildly dramatic slideshow titled, Baby or Banshee, a sonic threat assessment, I knew my evening was about to be an endurance test. She wore neon orange earplugs dangling from a chain, a suspiciously pristine neck brace, and had the flair of a courtroom drama extra. The decibel meter read 78 decibels, glowing like a countdown to chaos. This is an egregious violation of our right to peace, she roared, her voice louder than any cry my 6-month-old daughter had ever managed. I sat in the back row, gently bouncing Emma on my lap as she gnawed peacefully on her teething ring. On the table in front of me rested my phone, already queued with 3 months of video evidence. The woman at the mic, Linda Crenshaw, hadn't the faintest clue what was coming. My name is Daniel Moore, and I'm a full-time remote software engineer who made the ill-fated decision to buy a house in Willow Trace Village. It seemed perfect at the time, tree-lined streets, good schools, friendly vibes. But no one told me the self-declared enforcer of noise laws lived next door. Emma was a joyful baby, loved peekaboo, mashed peas, and yes, like every other baby since time began, she occasionally cried. Usually when hungry or gassy. You know, human stuff. But to Linda, Emma's cries were acts of sonic terrorism. Our house was nestled between the Wagners, lovely folks who baked and babysat, and Linda, whose yard was a topiary battlefield and whose house always smelled faintly of disinfectant and drama. She owned 3 Pomeranians, Sparkle, Baroness, and Doom. Each wore a jeweled collar and barked like alarm sirens at anything that dared exist nearby. Somehow, Linda believed her dogs were the guardians of harmony and everything else was intrusion. The warning signs came fast. 2 weeks in, while feeding Emma her bottle, I heard a sharp knock. A laminated letter from the HOA was taped to my door, resident notification, unacceptable infant noise levels. Signed in pink gel pen. Apparently, Linda had used a phone app to, scientifically, prove Emma was disrupting the neighborhood's oral balance. Her solutions: soundproof the baby's room or move it, yes, it, to the garage. Then came the early morning doorbell rings. Linda in matching purple velour, clipboard in hand, claiming she was conducting child wellness checks. Have you ruled out behavioral issues? She'd ask, eyebrows arched like she was on a true crime podcast. By the 3rd week, Linda's theories hit critical mass. At the next HOA meeting, she claimed I was deliberately using Emma to agitate the local dogs. Her visual aid, a crayon-colored bar graph aligning Emma's feeding times with neighborhood barking. I sat through it biting my tongue. But I don't do war. I do data. So I got to work. 3 microphones installed on my property. A custom script to log and analyze all canine activity. The numbers didn't lie. Sparkle barked over 100 times daily. Baroness lost her mind at every Amazon delivery. In Doom had a 90-minute post-lunch rage session every single day. With graphs, timestamps, and waveform comparisons, I crafted a 73-slide presentation titled, The Barkening, Quantifying Pet-Induced Sound Pollution in Willow Trace. It was beautifully brutal. I submitted an official HOA complaint citing Linda under Clause 9.2a for continuous animal-generated disturbances. I even matched her font. HOA President Brenda Schultz, a retired high school principal with zero tolerance for nonsense, took it seriously. Especially once she saw the difference. Emma's cries averaged 65 decibels for maybe an hour total a day. The dogs, 6 hours at 85 decibels. Statistically absurd. The next meeting was pure theater. Linda showed up in blinding pink velour with her dogs in tow. Naturally, they began barking as we entered. The board reviewed my evidence. Midway through, Mr. Granger, who lived down the street, pulled out his notes. Doom ruined my daughter's violin recital, he said. 39 minutes of non-stop barking. The board voted unanimously to penalize Linda. Her dogs were now officially categorized as habitual noise hazards. Bark control collars became mandatory. Outdoor time restricted. Fines imposed. Linda looked like she swallowed a lemon whole. But it didn't end there. 2 weeks later, I caught her walking all 3 dogs collar-free. I recorded the moment they erupted at a passing jogger, captured the time, her face, everything. I emailed the footage to the HOA with the subject, repeat violation, noise ordinance breach. $1,500 fine. HOA probation, 6-month complaint ban. The final twist, the nuisance designation got entered into the HOA records. Any buyer or HOA would see it. When she tried to adopt a 4th Pomeranian, She was denied due to previous infractions. Linda moved out 2 months later. The for sale sign vanished fast. Emma and I watched the moving van disappear while she giggled and waved her tiny hand. The gossip mill, courtesy of the Wagners, said Linda had relocated to a pet-free senior community where she promptly filed noise complaints about a bingo night and a robin's nest. As for us, life is good. The couple who bought her house are expecting twins. They brought muffins and joked about baby noise. I told them, around here, we measure decibels fairly. I framed Linda's original complaint and hung it above Emma's crib. Beneath it, a plaque, first citation, compliments of Auntie Linda, March 2, 2024. Some nights, when Emma cries, I glance at that plaque and smile. Because Linda taught me one invaluable truth. When someone uses rules as weapons, sometimes the best response is to show them how precise your aim can be.